a project that I have been making. I have been asked to do a commission for a very special birthday card, and I came up with this theatre box. It's from the Debbie Moore CD-ROM, and basically you print out all the required sheets, you back them onto cardstock to give them a bit more weight, spend quite a bit of time cutting out, and then assembling the box and the elements. Now obviously I added a lot of my own touches on top of that. I mean, for example, the lady herself, she wasn't in this colour. I've actually coloured her in. I printed out a white one. I've added some glitter to the balustrade there. Let me see if you can see that. I don't know if you can. We'll go in a bit closer in a minute. I've added all this here on the inside, all these extra flowers and elements, and obviously on the outside here I've added these elements. And also I lined the inside, which you can't see at this point, and also the little pieces slot into, and I'll show you the mechanism in a minute, into this mechanism, and I lined all of that so that it looks all nice from the finish. Now the idea of the theatre box is that you can, once you take all these pieces out, they all come out, and then you can just literally move it like that and flatten it, and then it can go in an envelope, a box envelope like so, which I also made using the CD-ROM. So it's quite thick but not too bad. So it is doable to put in the post. You don't have to have it like this. If I just show you from the top, you can see the mechanism now at the side, and basically it's got little slots, and it's just working it all out. Now in the I've added acetate to mine. There is another part where you can have a box instead of an envelope, and you sit this as it is in a box and you put the acetate on this, but I wanted the card to be able to be folded down. So let me just get you a little bit closer so you can have a bit of a closer look at. So as you can see, let me just try and move it a little bit, there's the sparkle on that balustrade. I've actually added an element here to her hat. Trying to make sure you're in the light is difficult. Let me just take her out, that would be simpler, wouldn't it? Let me grab her. So this is the thing, so you just can pull these elements out. So okay, so as you can see, I've added like a collection of beads to her hat, and a feather to give her more kind of just dimension. She was actually white, so I've coloured her and shaded her and added some gems, etc. And then obviously, as you can see, I've added to this piece, I've just added some flowers and leaves, etc. Again, just to give it a little bit more dimension. This is such a dimensional card that it does seem a shame not to give it the dimension. And then on the balustrade you can see loads of glitter, and then the final two pieces pretty much as they are, like so. And then if we just show you the mechanism, if you can see there, so that it just slots into these pieces here, and as you can see I've just covered those over, and then you've got the end. So you've got like a little window at the end as well, and then you've got the back piece here with your picture, and as I say, I've just added this to the side here, and one of those little beautiful butterflies from Hazel's Crafts, and then again the side piece, and then on the back it just gives you a plain cream backing piece, which you can, I believe, is text editable, but I didn't do that. I just left it as it is. So then you take your elements, and I just kind of line them up in order, and I've written on the back so that the person who receives the card knows what order they go in. So you put those down to one side for the moment, and then you literally take your theatre box, just slide it one way or the other, whichever you want. So I'm going this way, and then just pop it inside the envelope nice and carefully, and then add the elements in as well. And again, just nice and careful because I've added lots of dimensions, so I don't want to bend my flowers. There we go. And then, because obviously this is a commission, I'm not sealing this yet, so I'm just going to tuck that in, and I've got my envelope. Now this envelope, it actually comes where you can design, and this is the actual prints. There's various black and white designs. What I did was I printed one of the pattern papers on the cardstock, and then I reversed it and I printed the envelopes on the back so that I could actually get a nice pattern envelope, because I just thought that would be really, really pretty. Okay, so that's that card, and I've got another one to show you in a second, but I hope you like that one. Okay guys, here's the next card. Just a quick look. This is a massive card. It's completely 3D, and basically it folds up, so you get your happy birthday on the front, and then it comes undone and our little car pops up, and I've got it's got a back and a front to it, so let me just turn this around for you. That's the back view. Now the image itself is from Hunky Dory Golden Oldies collection, although I have adapted it by adding sunglasses and colouring it a little. The road is from Paper Doll Everyday, and then I've got loads of foam flowers, etc. And the actual pop-up mechanism and the card was literally all from scratch. I made that completely all myself, and to try and explain to you now how I did it would be quite difficult, but essentially I've taken some little, I put this on a piece of card and on some acetate in there to give it some flex and strength, to make sure it wouldn't ever, the card wouldn't ever wear away from being bent. And I've basically put it underneath the road and then inside the car. And obviously there's a lot of glue gel. I used a tube and a half of glue gel with this, and I've used some Anna Griffin paper here, which is grass. So it's just a quick look to show you this other card that I've been making, and to be honest, even on the video it's quite difficult to get a view. Okay, I thought I'd just show you an overhead view so you can kind of see how it's sort of laid out in itself, you know, on the flat part of it, and you've already seen the pop-up part. And then just again very carefully just to show you the front, which is Happy Birthday, and it's got like racing cars and things on it. That came from a Joanna Sheen CD. And then the back, I've just put this gorgeous glitter paper. Okay, so I'm being a little careful because it's still a bit wet. Okay, so I hope you like this card, and I hope you've enjoyed having a quick look at the two cards that I've been making, the two massive projects. And I'll see you guys again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye!
Thank you.